places are richer in tradition, more steep in nostalgia. And this old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes in the scarlet and gray, have this place rocking already. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic as they get him on the ground at the 20. So Ohio State's offense takes the field. And here he comes, and you may think that you can take a wide receiver out of the game plan, but Jesse, with this guy, he sort of believes, I'm him. I'm the dude.
Yeah, and he gives defensive coordinators nightmares, too, I swear. When you watch this guy's highlight tape, man, he scares you to death with his speed. He can take the top off the defense. He can change the game, David, on any given play.
And so how many different ways?
And the quarterback is snowed under. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
It's complete. A huge pickup.
And on the defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback and disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. The Buckeyes are rolling down the field. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. To the air, it's Vega. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Trying to pound it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So the Michigan State Spartans offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive day, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
Best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's second and 12. Gets it to the back. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Fires the pass, intercepted. Touchdown, Ohio State. How about that D coming up with a play like that? The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he did the pick six.
These guys can play offense, too. Look at this. I show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Pulls it and fires to the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20. The Spartans will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time.
They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10 coming.
I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
This offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, chipping, going empty, and getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. You're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the second half looking forward, I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long, you bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
Crosses the 30, he's got away. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Pressure coming. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Well, in a situation like that where it's 3rd and long, there's not a lot of plays to get that thing completed and keep the drive moving. So you're just trying to buy yourself some real estate and help your punter out.
Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Line gets set, 1st down. Going with the counter play here. Hard running there.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score a touchdown.
And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this 1st quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Got it set up on the outside. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The Buckeyes are on the move. They'll give it to the back. Relying on that running game as they threaten to pick up a 4 down to the 13. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Give to the running back. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Michigan State, 0.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there? To the air on first down. They're trying to get to it. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And there he is, the nation's leader in sacks, coming up with yet another one. Week after week, teams try to find a way to stop this guy. They just can't figure him out. He's too big, he's too fast, and he has a knack for getting to quarterbacks.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Finishes the run with the slide.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gotten out everybody right now in the sand.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. He'll run it again. At the 35, he's loose. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs. There's that run right there.
And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold it. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. On the ground with the counter. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense. And they're turning out positive yardage early.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. They have declared their intentions on this drive, keeping it on the ground. It's 1st and 10 again. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah,
A shot toward the end zone. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business. Looking for a productive play on first down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Quick strike complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Wide receiver now comes in motion. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on third and long. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory. Instead, he'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And with the ball in a spot like this, David, they might try to get something on the board before the break.
Oh, great opportunity to beat.
Looking for the end zone. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go?
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Let's go! Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to...
And he's got it in the end zone! Touchdown, Buckeyes!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with a halftime update. The Buckeyes will boot it away to start the second half. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Nothing went right in that first half in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive of the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, and they have to believe.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Floats it out in space. Now, this offense is just stuck in the run. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. They've got the screen set up. At the 45, on its way. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He's loose. Tag. Touchdown, Michigan State. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
Number 3.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Line gets set, first down. Gonna run it, it's Dickey. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down, it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it on the counter. Still running at the 40. And he picks up the first down, and he does it. I'm not going to say spin movement. That was a pirouette. It was elegant. It was beautiful. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Here's the handoff. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Oh, he just needed to stretch the...
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. It's a fake. He wants to throw. A completion, but not enough for the first down, and the offense is ready to punt. And he makes the tackle, but not before the first down is picked up, and the gamble pays off. And the Buckeyes have this offense rolling. Finds a crease at the 20. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds.
And obviously this offense has had their way getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded.
Touchdown, Ohio State. And the route is on.
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
And the extra point was good. About to kick it away after scoring a touchdown.
Michigan State 7.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the 3rd. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. But, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. He's going to pass. Dumps it off in the flats. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game. But trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
As a defensive lineman, let me tell you something. This is hunting season. This is when you pin your ears back and you absolutely fly to the quarterback, and you can see it. They know it's pass, and they get to him again.
Fires to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
I tell you what, as a quarterback, you've got to have a short memory. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be asked to do a lot, and he throws his first career interception. If I'm the coach on the sideline, listen, I'm bringing him over. This ain't going to be your last, big fella. Like, you're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Put it behind you. Next play.
And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as he saw in that last play, getting a first down.
And when these quarterbacks run these zone reads, read options, whatever you want to call them, they have to put their eyes on a certain defender, and they're reading him, and basically, you can't be right. That's what makes it so hard to defend, because if you do one thing, he's going to do the other. You do the other thing, he's going to do the other. So, good luck stopping him.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. They get him on the ground, a 6-yard run in the red zone down to the 11.
There's just so much for this defense to think about. They've had strong side runs thrown. Now the counter. They know that this offense can work into play action off of all these base runs too. So much offensive volume this defense needs to worry about at this point.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
That makes the score Ohio State 49, Michigan State 7.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working, and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well, because it's been trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And this defense has put a game together. It's hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much that this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you can just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over, don't make a mistake. But this game is well in hand.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You've got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.